I'd like to call the Jackson County Board of Commissioners for Tuesday, April 21st, 2015 meeting to order. I'd like everyone to rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We could all bow our heads for a moment and a moment of silence for those that have paid the ultimate price in giving us our freedom, and for those that are still serving. Amen.
Madam Clerk, could you please call the roll?
Yes, Mr. Chair. Commissioner Leitner? Here. Excuse me. Commissioner Walls? Here. Commissioner Rice?
Here.
Duckham? Commissioner Alexander? Present. Commissioner Mahoney? Here. Commissioner Polacek? Here. Commissioner Elwell? Here. Chairman Shotwell? Here. All present.
At this time, I would entertain a motion to approve the agenda. So moved. We have a motion and support. Any corrections, changes, or deletions? Seeing or hearing none, all in favor? Aye. Those opposed? Duly carried. We have no awards or recognition. Are there any communications or petitions to come before the Board of Commissioners? Please present them to the clerk. Entertain a motion to receive, please. We have a motion and support. All in favor? Aye. Those opposed? Duly carried. Thank you. Okay. Yep.
No, that's not.
Okay. Sorry. Any public comment? Please state your name.
My name is Lauren Greenidge. I live in Spring Arbor, Michigan. I am hoping to be reappointed to my third term on the Region 2 Area Agency on Aging. There's going to be a lot of changes, we understand, but we don't know what they're going to be, so it should be an interesting time. And I also want to invite you, any of you that want to come up and see the fireworks show at the Cascades on Memorial Day. I'll give you a special tour so you can see what one looks like. Everything you see is up in the air, but there's another show down on the ground.
Peter Bormuth. As you all know, tomorrow is Earth Day, or I hope you know. And I've decided that every Earth Day, I'm going to give out an award, sort of an Environmentalist of the Year award for the previous year. And it's for someone who has done service in that area, helped make Jackson County and our community our ecologically responsible community. And this year I'd like to give that award to Philip Duckham. This gentleman has done more for recycling in Jackson County in the last year and a half than any other individual. As you all know, with the closure of the Jackson County Resource Recovery Facility, I was agitating and encouraging a countywide recycling system operated by the county. Mr. Duckham, of course, as owner of Waste Management, was not in favor of that and wanted to see the waste haulers continue to do the recycling. I think he will even admit that during the period the Jackson County Resource Recovery Facility was in operation, the support for recycling from the waste haulers was less than enthusiastic. However, After one meeting, particularly contentious with the Solid Waste Planning Committee, I approached Mr. Duckham afterwards, and I said, Phil, I don't care who does it, I just want it done well. And prior to that, Mr. Duckham had put out a brochure, fancy brochure, offering free recycling to his customers, and I thought it was just propaganda in order to, look good before the Solid Waste Planning Committee. However, Mr. Duckham has built one recycling transfer station, expanded it, continues to offer free recycling to his customers, and takes on other recycling items for charge, like tires. And nobody else in Jackson County has done as much for recycling as Philip Duckham in the last year and a half. So Phil, you are my first Earth Day Environmentalist of Jackson County Award winner. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Bormos. Sorry, I had to.
Any other public comment? Any other public comment?
Todd Britton with Leone Township. The handouts that I gave out earlier, these are copies of the Plant Moran audit that was done recently. And I just wanted to go over it briefly with everybody there. The highlighted areas on there, on all the different pages, those are where Leone Township stand came from in the lawsuit. And then on page 3, there was 2 circled areas where it said SRI in capital letters. One's in the top paragraph, the last sentence, or the last line. The other one was under the conclusion, the very last letter. I called Plant Moran on those, and I asked them to explain why they put SRI in there, because those are false statements. It should say treatment plant, the Leone Township Treatment Plant, not the SRI, which SRI stands for Southern Regional Interceptor, which that's what the lawsuit was about. But they said that they were going to call Mike, and I don't know if they're going to retract those from this, but I asked them if they could fax over or how they came up with the information where they came up with SRI debt payments in the first paragraph. And he said, well, I guess we misunderstood. It might have possibly been a typo. He said he wanted to, I talked with Keith Szymanski. I had spoke with him a few months ago also, and then he said, well, David was the one to put it away, or put it all together. So he said he was going to talk with David prior to, I wish they would have done that before they came out with the final report. But I just wanted everybody to know that the circled areas on page 3 should not say SRI, they should say treatment plant, the Leone Township Treatment Plant. Thank you.
Any other public comment? Any other public comment? Public comment is now closed. Special meetings of standing committees, we have none this evening. Entertain a motion to approve the minutes of the March 17th regular Board of Commissioners meeting on 2015. We have a motion? Support. We have support. Any corrections, deletions, or otherwise noted? Seeing or hearing none from commissioners, all in favor? Aye. Those opposed? Duly carried. We've arrived at the consent agenda. At this time, entertain a motion for approval of the consent agenda. We have a motion and support. Any corrections or removals to be talked about later? Seeing nor hearing none, Madam Clerk, are you ready?
Yes, I am, Mr. Chair.
Consent agenda is passed unanimously. Standing Committee, Affairs and Agencies, chaired by Commissioner David Elwell. Commissioner Elwell.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. We've got a large number of appointments today. We can either do them the normal way. I'd be curious to know if there's going to be any nominations from the floor on any of them. If not, I'd like to just do them by group then. if there's no objections. And the first would be the Joint Airport Zoning Board, and I would move that the committee recommendations of John Warden, Jack Cook, and Thomas Schaffner be appointed.
We have a motion and support. Hearing any nominations from the floor? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Duly carried. Commissioner Elwell.
The next group is the Emergency Management Advisory Council. 8 of these are, I believe, designated spots with 3 public members. And again, if there would be any nominations from the floor, we can do them one by one. Otherwise, I will move the slate of recommended committee appointments of Sheriff Rand, Elmer Hitt, Dave Wooden, Kyle Bowman, John Johnston, Russ Rakowitz, Dick Borton, Joe Glare, Ken Price, Anthony Reguezo, and a guy named John Palachik.
Any nominations from the floor? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Duly carried. Commissioner Elwell.
Next is the Region 2 Area Agency on Aging. If there will be no nominations from the floor, I would move we appoint Carl Rice Jr. and Lauren Greenidge.
We have a motion and support. Any nominations? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Duly carried. Commissioner Elwell.
On Land Bank, assuming no nominations from the floor, I would move to appoint Daniel Mahoney and Peter Janzik.
We have support. Any nominations from the floor? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Duly carried. Commissioner Elwell.
And lastly, the Brownfield Redevelopment Authority, I would move to appoint James Seats.
We have a motion and support. Any nominations from the floor? Hearing none, all in favor? Those opposed? Duly carried. Commissioner Elwell.
I believe that's all I have to report, Mr. Chairman. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Standing Committee, Human Services, chaired by Commissioner Alexander. Commissioner Alexander.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Human Services has no business to bring before the board.
Thank you. Standing Committee, Personnel and Finance, chaired by Vice Chairman Phil Duckham. Commissioner Duckham.
There's no business to conduct tonight, Mr. Chair. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We've arrived at unfinished business. Is there any unfinished business to come before the board? Seeing nor hearing none, new business. Human Resources recommends tentative economic agreement between the County of Jackson and the Sheriffs of Jackson County and the Command Officers Association of Michigan Road Patrol Sergeants. We have a motion and support. Any questions? Do you need a roll call? There'll be a roll call posted. I'm a yes. Not showing up, I'm a yes. Contract is passed unanimously. Human Resources recommends tentative economic agreement between the County of Jackson Sheriffs of Jackson County and the Command Officers Association of Michigan Jackson County Corrections Supervisors. We have a motion and support. Any questions? Any comments? Madam Clerk, could you post the roll?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Yes. Passed unanimously. We have now arrived at the second opportunity for public comment. If anyone would like to address the board, please feel free. You have 3 minutes. Identify yourself when you step to the mic.
Peter Bormuth, again, another Earth Day comment. I think you all know that we have a lot of people on this planet. There are currently 7 billion human beings here on planet Earth, and we are using up the Earth's resources at an alarming rate. there is no shortage of human beings right now. I'd like to comment on abortion, seeing as how the morality that disapproves of abortion was taken from a time when the wandering Israelites needed a population increase so they could overwhelm their more settled neighbors and take over the land that their God had supposedly given them. The situation we face today on planet Earth in no way reproduces that situation, and that morality is completely inappropriate. The old morality of the goddess, the old law of the goddess stated that she who gives birth may terminate. An abortion is simply a planned miscarriage. If you talk to women, you will find out that many of them have had miscarriages in their life. At this point on planet Earth, any woman who, for whatever circumstances within her life or in her community, does not desire to bring forth a child should be applauded and not prohibited. Thank you.
Any other public comment?
Todd Britton with Leone Township. I should have congratulated Phil earlier on the award for the Earth Day. But I did want to let everybody know if after the meeting's over, if anybody had any questions or wanted me to go over any of that Plant Moran audit to explain it to them, I'd be more than happy to. And then on a different note, this is a joke. If April showers bring May flowers, do you know what May flowers bring? Pilgrims. Yep, Brad got it, pilgrims.
Any other public comment? Any commissioner comments? Commissioner Leitner?
April 28th is Project Red Day at the fairgrounds. Starts in the morning. It's the Rural Education Day for third graders around Jackson County. So that's going to be a big event going on Tuesday the 28th, like 8 o'clock in the morning through the afternoon. Also, we have Gabriel Iglesias tickets on sale. We're actually about halfway to the point of the amount of tickets that we're selling, so that's a good thing. And if you would like to get tickets, you can get them online, etix.com, or through the fair office downtown. And the other concert we have is Shinedown, and we will be making an announcement on May 4th for a Monday night show as well. So keep your ears open for that. Thanks.
Any other commissioner comments? Seeing nor hearing none, we have no closed session. Entertain a motion to adjourn. All in favor? Those opposed? Duly carried.